Hi guys, it's Coach Lacresha Hayes right now, and tonight we're gonna have just a little bit of fun via video, okay? And guys, I'm working on trying to figure out how to get the patch installed on my laptop so that I can do live from YouTube, which is gonna be fun. I can't wait to hang out with you guys and get your questions in real time and all of that. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, some of you this may end up being the first video you ever watch of me. Well, I'm a publisher and an author, a grant writer, a serial entrepreneur. I quit working for people 15 years ago, and I don't think I'll ever go back to that. I love to write, and I write many things. I'm also a writing coach. And a relationship coach and a trauma coach and that kind of thing. And I'm a business consultant. And so I wear a lot of hats. I shift through a lot of different perspectives throughout the day. And so therefore I meet a lot of different kinds of people. And one day I might meet, 5 different kind of people with 5 very different perspectives that come from 5 different walks of life, right? Okay, and it's amazing to me that it seems that no matter how much money a person has, how beautiful they may be, how educated they may be, how well traveled, well versed in literature and culture or whatever, it seems that on the topic of love, many of us get stuck. And so I was a part of a very interesting conversation a couple of days ago, and I've been itching to do a video about that conversation ever since. Well, the conversation was about, for lack of a better term, keeping your marriage spicy after you've been together for some time or whatever. Okay, and here's the thing. I'm extremely shy to talk about this kind of stuff on video. I don't know why, but I talk about it on the phone. Maybe, with it being on the phone, there's just not a tendency to blush as much as I'm probably going to blush during this video. But y'all just work with me, okay? So a lot of times guys complain about boredom. Boredom in their relationship. Boredom in the bedroom, the wife doesn't initiate. The wife has no imagination, or she always has a headache, or she's always tired, or she's always busy, and all of that. And some of the women actually complain about, their husbands wanting it too much, but it's dull and lifeless. It's not passionate and romantic like it used to be. And they get tired of the same old foreplay, hit the hot spots and then jump right to it. So tonight's video is going to be about sex and relationships. How to keep things spicy. First of all, let me just say that good girls have a hard time when it comes to keeping their relationship spicy, oftentimes, because when you set your mind to be the good girl, that mentality actually invades every aspect of your life, even when you really don't need to be a good girl. Betty Wright had a song, No Pain, No Gain, and she said, you need to be a lady in the streets and you know what in the sheets, right? Well, that's a very true sentiment. Old people, they have a lot of wisdom, whether we give them credit for it or not, right? And so a lot of us, we're so holy, we want to pray all the time, and we're so into prayer and the very long skirts and the modest apparel that we forget that when we're home, we're a wife. You actually are a wife before you're somebody's church member, deaconess, minister, prophetess, evangelist, whatever else you might be. You're first a wife. Okay, and so for this video, because I don't want it to get too long, this one is going to be for women, and I'm probably going to do another one right after this for the men. Okay, so as ladies, it's good to pray. It's good to uphold your man in prayer. It's good to have times of devotion where you guys are reading the Bible together, where you're meditating together, where you're doing spiritual acts together. But sex is the first spiritual act after creation. Sex is a ministry. I want you guys to get that. Sex is a ministry. I need you to say that to yourself at least 7 times. Sex is a ministry. I won't do it 7 times for time's sake. Okay. When you get that in your mind, you realize that this is a holy sacrament that you're partaking in. You know, you're not just laying there opening your legs and letting him do his business and getting up. No, you are opening not only your legs, but the very essence of who you are. You're opening your soul to another person for his soul to come in and intermingle with you. And you guys are bonding together and blending together and being stirred together on a soul level, so that you're creating a bond that goes beyond this body. And so when you think of it like that, you begin to look at sex differently. And here's the thing about sex is that no matter how many times you've had it with that same person, when you have your mindset right, it can be different and better every single time. I'm not 20-something, right? So I'm not telling you something I heard. I am a 41-year-old woman who's telling you something that I know, okay? You can make your relationship as spicy and as romantic and as passionate as you want to, and especially to you ladies, because you guys rule. What you sit on is not just a vagina, as they say, or vajayjay. This thing is the creator of worlds. I'm telling you that when you're in a relationship, you're in a committed relationship, you have a husband, what you give him when you open your legs should not just be reasonable service. It should be above and beyond every time. When he's inside of you, and if this sounds vulgar, please understand that I can only do it the way I can do it, right? But when he's inside of you, he ought to feel as if he just made it home. It's just like, it should be this feeling of relief that washes over him. And he should know that he's where he's supposed to be. That happens, but when you as a woman open yourself, not just your legs, open yourself to this man to receive him. And you do that. You can't do that if you just do the regular stuff and then you get to it and then it's over with. You do that by preparing. You know, if you start in the morning times before they even get up and go to work. You thinking about him, he getting dressed, he getting ready to go out the door, and you start thinking like, oh, I can't wait till he get home. I just want to kiss him and I want to hug him and I just want to, then you'll find yourself wanting to get up and go do it then. Quickies before work is great. Quickies on lunch break is great. Some of you feel like, oh, I'm a wife, I shouldn't have to have a quickie. You're a wife, you should have a lot of quickies, okay? And you should enjoy them. Y'all should do them in many places, okay? I don't understand how we got to a place where we feel as if this is dirty, and we have given it over to the devil and those people who do it wrong. And, we think that these are prostitute things. These are married women things. This is within the realm of our domain, okay? We rule this stuff. This is for us. However we want to do it, as many times as we want to do it, as dirty as we want to do it. If we want to do it, the elevator, the dryer, the washer, in the kitchen, on the dining room table, on the floor, wherever, in the shower, in the tub, in the whirlpool, wherever you want to do that, in the hospital bathroom. I mean, get creative, but don't give it up and feel as if, okay, all of that extra activity is for someone else. Because sometimes as women, we just are so afraid of being judged as some kind of whore or some kind of person who, oh yeah, she's just playing games. Trust me, honey, if your husband loves you enough that he's married you and committed himself to you, he's hoping that inside of you somewhere is a terribly nasty freak living that is just hot for him all the time. He would love that. He would love for you to wear him out to the place where he started telling you no. Like, I don't feel like it. I didn't get enough rest. And this is, honey, not tonight. I have a headache. Tap him out. You can do this. Our bodies were created in such wonderful ways that we can go again and again and again and again in one day as a woman, okay? The funny thing is, some of you, not all, but some, you know what I'm saying? Some of you have had sex with 2-3 different guys in a day, and now you got a husband and you act like it's a chore to have sex with him once a day. Some of you have gotten on your knees to men who act like they didn't remember your name the next day, but God forbid you go in there and catch your husband, wiping the kitchen counter off, that you get on your knees for him. Guys, we got to reclaim our sexual power. And believe you me, it's not easy for me to talk about this, but this is important. You know, I don't want to see any other unhappy men and unhappy women when they're both burning up for each other and they're held apart by this ideology that if they go too far, they're going to end up hurt or they're going to be talked about or misjudged and all of that. I mean, don't marry somebody who you can't be fully yourself. That includes sexually. If you're a freak of the week, that's just what you are. If this person loves you and marries you, enjoy that. Now you have all the freedom in the world to enjoy that as often as you want to, as often as he wants to. And let me give you guys a tip before I end this video because I just went over 10 minutes. Okay, so sometimes you're not going to feel like it, okay? And sometimes you have been working all day, ain't nobody done what they supposed to do. You fussed at the gardener, at the plumber, at the mailman, at the UPS man. I mean, everything has frustrated you that day, not to mention the kids, and maybe the dishwasher broke down. And so he come home, pat you on the butt, and you just feel like turning around socking him. I understand. Let me give you a tip on how to deal with that, okay? What you do is, when you know you've had a rough day and you know about what time your spouse is coming home, give yourself about 30 minutes before then to actually calm down. You do some deep breathing exercises, spend a little bit of time in meditation, and then begin to fantasize about your husband. See, that's not a dirty word. Fantasizing is not a dirty word. Begin to remember what it felt like the first time he kissed you, the first time he made you, you know. Think about that. Think about how he looked naked. If that turns you off, then think about how he used to look naked when it turns you on. You know, think about it. Think about the feeling of how he feels when he's ready. Think about the blood flow. Think about the heartbeat that's there. Think about whatever you need to think about, how the sweat feels when it's on his back or if it's dripping off his face. Think about whatever it is that turns you on and focus on it and maintain that in your head. I guarantee you, if you start that process before he get home, he won't be through the door good without you jumping his bones. It's not our husband's job to always keep us hot and horny and ready. We are grown women. We knew how to do it back in the day. So don't get brand new now that you have a husband. Let's keep our husbands happy, ladies. Now, some men ain't gonna be no good regardless. Leave them alone. Be every woman. I mean, I am a woman. Hear me roar. Be that type of female in everything you do. And if you end up with something that ain't worth nothing, you know, toss that nigga back. Somebody else is coming. I mean, pardon my language. Facebook gonna kick me off if I keep that up. But toss them back. You know, and then catch you something else. And by the way, when I use that word, it's not a race-related word. That's anything that ain't worth nothing type of word to me. So, anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you got something out of this video. Now, y'all go rock somebody's world because it's that time, okay? Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.